In this video, we're going to be learning a shortcut to be able to write these equations and divide them, right? It's called synthetic division. It's really simple once we get the practice of it, and it helps solve problems so much easier. So I brought up one of the original, when I did the video that was called Intro to Long Division, we went over this problem that's to the left, right? So if you want to reference it, you can go back and watch it, but basically the work's there for you. We found out, right, well, x plus 2 times x plus 3 are my factors. When we multiply them, that's what gives me our quadratic equation. So we're going to begin with the problem, with the idea called synthetic division. You can use a synthetic division on the test, and it's nice and it's easy and it's fun. But I needed you to know long division because it makes more mathematical sense, whereas synthetic is kind of more of like a little trick, right? And we'll kind of go through and you'll kind of see some connections here, at least how it should work. So let's go ahead and look at an example of how to use it. So when we use synthetic division, the only thing that we need is the roots. Okay, well, the factor was x plus 2, so the root has to be negative 2. One thing that I'll do is I'm going to write the equation again, x squared plus 5x plus 6, okay? And it's pretty straightforward, all right? Well, if our root is negative 2, let's put negative 2 over here, and we're going to put we'll put it in this little own corner. Now, what's the number in front of x squared? Well, it's just 1, right? So we're going to put 1 here. Well, what's the number in front of x? Well, it's 5, so we just kind of bring the numbers down. What's the number out here? 6, so we just kind of bring the numbers down 6. Okay, so basically how this works, and it's really simple process. How this works is all you do is you bring the 1 down, okay, and then you put it right here, okay. Now you're going to take the negative 2, you're going to take your root, and you're going to multiply it by the 1. Well, what's negative 2 times 1? Well, that's negative 2. And now all we do here is we just add the rows going down, right? What's 5 plus negative 2? That's going to give me 3. And then last but not least, what's negative 2 times 3? Well, that's negative 6, and that's the number that's going to go over here. So we get negative 6. And now this is 0, which is a remainder 0, okay? Well, if you notice, we started off with our equation with x to the second power. So when we're doing synthetic division, it's going to go down by 1. So this basically, these numbers tell you the leading numbers in front of our equation. Look over here. Well, 1, there's basically like a 1 here, and 3, the 3 is right there. Okay. So if this is x squared, that means that the number 1 is going to be 1x plus, and then we just go down 3. That's it. So, since our root was negative 2, that means our factor is x plus 2 times, well, we're here, well, x plus 3. And that's how we can use synthetic division to solve problems very nicely. So, let's go ahead and look at an example problem that's a little bit more challenging, right? Let's say we have, I think I did this one actually in the other video, x to the third. All right, x to the third minus 12x squared plus 47x minus 60, and our root is 3. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take our 3 and put it in a corner here. Okay, now just like before, there's kind of like a 1 in front of x to the third power, so all we do is just bring the 1 down. 1, this is negative 12, 47, and negative 60. All right. So just like the other problem that we worked with, we just bring the 1 down. So we bring the 1 down over here. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. I have my cat. I gotta move out the way. Come on, Bo. Okay, so now we bring the 1 down, and we take the 3. We multiply it by the 1, which is 3. So we put the 3 here. That's what goes over here once we multiply it. And all we do is pretty straightforward. Just add. Well, what's negative 12 plus 3? Well, that's negative 9. And now what's 3 times negative 9? Well, that's negative 27. Now we just add this over here, right? And we're going to get 20. Right, so what's 3 times 20? Well, that's 60, which goes over here. So we're going to put 60, and that's 0. All right, well, now when we go to write the equation for this, well, this was x to the third power. So when we do synthetic, this 1 is going to be the number that's in front of x to the second power. It's going to be 1 less, right? X to the third, this is going to give us over here, well, 1x squared minus 9x and then plus 20. All right, because this is x to the third, that means when we do the synthetic division problem, this gives us the numbers. This gives us our quadratic equation 1 less. 3, this is going to be 2. Right, over here it was 2. This problem over here was 2. And that's why over here it was just x, because there's kind of like a 1 there. Okay, so now that we got that there, well, now we know our root is 3. So that means our factor is x minus 3. And now over here is x squared minus 9x plus 20. And then we can proceed like we've always done, which is factor it. And if you notice, this is the very problem that we did together. This is one of the, I think, the second problem on the video. And this is x minus 4. And then this is x minus 5. All right. And we're done. And that's it. Okay. So if you want to do synthetic division, one more, I'll go ahead and do it. We'll do the one on the video with the placeholders. And it was x to the third minus 1. And the root is 1. Okay. So all we do, again, for just so you can get a chance to see another one if you want to, we put this little corner here. Now we're going to write the equation, and remember we got to put placeholders. So x to the 3 plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 1. Okay. Now we just, I'll actually write it over here. 1. Okay. Well, the number here in front is 1. Well, this was 0, 0, negative 1. So all we do is we bring the 1 down right over here. And what's 1 times 1? Well, that's just 1. And then we just add it. Well, what's 0 plus 1? 1. Well, what's 1 times 1? 1. What's 0 plus 1? 1. What's 1 times the 1 there? That's just 1 and then 0. All right, well, this was x to the third. So that means that on our problem down below here, this is going to just be x squared plus x plus 1. And then finally, because the root was 1, we can write this as x minus 1, it has to be the opposite, times x squared plus x plus 1. And now, I'm not going to do it. You could go back to the other video to watch, but we can use the quadratic formula on this. We could use the quadratic formula, QF, to find our roots and then write it into factored form. Okay, hopefully that helps you on synthetic division, a little bit of an easier process instead of using long division. Take care, peace, sayonara.